Erik Spencer case out of Jefferson City, Missouri. I might be having a guest join later, a friend of his. So hopefully we will get a different perspective from this case as well. So I'm just going to start off by watching this video that I found with a little bit of the backstory on the situation. Let me know if you can hear everything okay, if you can hear me, or if I can adjust anything.
Good morning, everyone. On the behalf of the Spencer family, we want to say thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for making time to be here with us today. My name is Kayleen Spencer. I am the sister of Erik. On Saturday, November 1st, 2005, as you know, it rocked our world and our world changed forever. We lost my brother, a 27-year-old, a son, a brother, a nephew, a cousin, an uncle, a friend, and a light in so many people's lives.
Actually, let me just give a little tiny bit of a backstory about how I came across this. I was scrolling on TikTok and there was a girl standing in a parking lot crying, and she was pointing to she was like in a strip mall parking lot. Hey, all eyes. I'm talking about this Erik Spencer case, not to be confused with Aaron Spencer. I know they sound familiar, but they're not. But so how I came across this case was I was scrolling on TikTok, and I came across this video of this girl crying in a parking lot, and she's just like, Old Navy, and I forgot exactly the ones that she mentioned, but she's like, Old Navy, Five Below, CVS, like naming all the stores. And she's like, this is where my friend was shot, and they still haven't found the person, or they still haven't arrested anybody. So obviously that grabbed my attention. This is in Jefferson City, which is 2 hours away from where I live in St. Louis. And it's the state capital of Missouri. So that's what caught my attention, and I started digging more into it. And then the friend of Erik Spencer asked me if I'd cover it, so I happily obliged, because I do think attention needs to be brought to it. So hopefully we'll have make a little video, and then if they want to share it around, they can share it, and hopefully put a little pressure on whoever is responsible to bring justice. And I will let you know more of the story as it unfolds.
There's a quote by Harriet S. Truman that says, "If we do not want to die together in war, we must learn to live together in peace." That quote sits heavy on my mother's heart today, because peace shouldn't just be a dream or a word that we post about. It should be a way of life, something our systems, our communities, and our people uphold every single day. If you knew my brother, and I know a lot of y'all know my brother, y'all know Philly.
Oh, and by the way, this involves a correction officer and a prosecutor not wanting to hold him to justice, possibly, allegedly. So
I know him.
That's your hook.
You felt his impact. And if you didn't, let me tell you about him. Erik had a light that reached people before he even spoke, before he even opened his mouth. He had an energy that could shift the atmosphere, turning tension into laughter, loneliness into belonging, and turning strangers into family. He believed in grace. It's okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay. He believed in grace and second chances, and in loving people through their mistakes. Since his passing, our family has been navigating heartbreak, confusion, and silence. It's a pain no family should ever have to experience. Not knowing how or why something like this could happen and not being given the transparency that every grieving family deserves. We are angry. We are heartbroken. We are tired of being met with silence when all we are asking for is the truth. Okay, baby. You want to give me a stroller? Anger does not mean hate. It just means love with nowhere to go. Our anger comes from knowing how good my brother was, how much he meant to me, my family, and this community, and how wrong it is to lose someone like him and still have no answers. Today, we are not here to assign blame. We are here to demand truth, accountability, and compassion. Every human life has value, and no family should be left in the dark after such a devastating loss. My brother, he will go out like a king because he was one. He carried himself with pride. He led with love, and he left an impact that will never fade. It'll never fade. Our family stands together, strong, united, and determined to see this through with dignity and with faith. As we continue to grieve, we are calling for the immediate action. I know, baby, I know. We are calling for immediate action. Release the name of the shooter and incident reporting surrounding my brother's death. We are demanding the prosecutor's office file appropriate charges and conduct a thorough, independent investigation into the killing of Erik Spencer. Provide full transparency to our family about the events, timelines, and decisions made in this case. And lastly, to the people of Jefferson City, we want to ensure that no family in Jefferson City or across the state of Missouri has to fight this hard just to learn the truth about what happened to their loved one. This is the capital of Missouri. We should feel safe. We should feel like we don't have to beg for answers. My brother's life mattered. My family matters. His story matters. And this community deserves honesty, justice, and peace. And while we believe in that quote, that if we do not want to die together in war, we must learn to live together in peace. We also believe this: no community and no family should have to live in fear to have that peace. True peace requires accountability, and accountability that begins with the truth. And until we have that truth, there can be no peace for Erik and no peace for us. And we will not stop. You will now hear from my father, Erik Spencer Sr., who taught us the power of faith, to believe in God, to believe in service, and to be a leader. Thank you.
My name is Erik Spencer Sr. I come from a long lineage of Spencers, a family that has proudly served this country, this community for generations. My grandfather retired from the fire department. He served in our wars. My father, my brothers, my sister, my nephews, my nieces, and even my daughter serves this country. Now, our family has always believed in service to God, our community, and people around us. Now, we are simply asking for that same service, integrity, and transparency in return. I, Erik Spencer Sr., a man of faith, for 26 years, I've worked in the hospitality field and healthcare field, starting as an aide and working my way into management through the grace of God and love for people. People often ask me, what is the secret to connecting with others? My answer is simple. I handle people with love. I'm a leader, a father of 5. I lost one. A protector. My children were raised with value, kindness, faith, and doing what is right. And Erik embodied all of that. He was a role model. Someone who helped others find their strength and purpose. My son was not perfect. None of us are. But no imperfection erases the good in a person's heart. He deserved understanding, dignity, and truth. The same things that we all deserve. We stand here today not out of anger, but with faith. We trust the truth will come to the light. We ask that it does so with honesty and compassion. I'll leave you with this. No one is perfect, and that's why God gives us grace. Protect your children. Love your children. Be kind to one another. And know that our family will not stop standing for Erik until justice is served. You ready? No. Okay. You need me to read her statement? You go.
They are clapping. They are clapping. We just want to be mindful. We want to love on one another. We want to be kind to one another. We know that it's a hard thing that took place, but we are all on the same team. We know that this is an active and pending investigation. The Spencer family will not be taking questions from the press at this time. Other than the information provided in this statement, the family has no further comment. All verified updates will be shared through official family representatives only.
Mommy.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm Nimrod Chappell, president of the Missouri State Conference of the NAACP, and we stand with the Spencer family, asking that justice be served and that this community stand up for the morals that we have, for the values that we share in common. We ask that the investigation be completed and the charges be brought. Most importantly, and at this time, if anyone has information related to this shooting, whether that's videotape, whether you were a witness there, come forward. Share that with the Spencer family, with the NAACP, with other trusted officials, the organization. It's important that this investigation continue because we are a nation of laws, a society and a community that believes in the law. And in order for that to be enforced, we can't have shootings just going forward without being investigated properly and thoroughly and charges brought. Thank you, and we're here with the family.
Thank you so much. My name is Kiara Johnson, advocate and also a very good friend of Erik's mom. I want to make some of the questions very clear as to what this family is looking for. Under the Missouri Revised Statute, agencies may withhold certain records without exceptions, such as during ongoing investigations to protect the privacy of victims or to prevent jeopardizing prosecution. So we ask, what is the timeline?
Welcome.
Hey, sorry.
No, you're good. We're just catching up and learning about what happened.
All right, I'm here.
Yep.
It's ask me anything.
Okay. Low pressure. There's not a lot of people here, but we're here just as well.
All right, I'm just gonna be trying to be productive.
Sounds good. Just if you need me to pause this, just chime in at any moment.
Okay.
Of these records to be released, we ask what is the exception currently being applied to withhold this information. We ask when can this family and this community expect transparency? The family of Erik Philly Spencer deserves answers. Has the prosecuting attorney concluded that there is not enough evidence or probable cause to file charges? If not, we call on the prosecuting attorney to guide us and explain. Is the investigation still ongoing? Have the forensics reports, ballistics, autopsies, toxicologies, has it been completed? When will charges be filed? And when will the public be informed? Yeah, that part.
Again, we just want to say thank you. We feel the love, we feel the support from his friends, his family, our fellow Lincolnites. I know there's a couple people back here, that are alumni from our gracious LU. Yeah. We again want to just say thank you so much. We appreciate it. If you want to continue to spread and share and say his name until we are able to bring my brother justice. Yeah. Ready. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, and it looks like after that they did release an incident report.
Coincidentally.
Yeah. Yeah. And then let's see.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. My son's been throwing up all day. That's why I got to do a load of laundry.
You're good. And you can mute yourself or unmute yourself and come and go as you please. It's no big deal at all.
I'm really sorry. Not expected.
So the incident report looks like, from what I read, I'll just read this news article here. It says an incident report from the Jefferson City Police Department revealed a domestic disturbance led to a fatal shooting of Erik Spencer, which I don't really understand what the domestic disturbance had to do with the fatal shooting. But the shooting occurred in Jefferson City Saturday, November 1st on the 3500 block of Missouri Boulevard. According to the report, at 7:52, 911 operators received a call about a man assaulting a woman in a small red car. The report noted the caller and operator could hear screaming. The caller reported a woman was trying to leave and got in a car. At 7:53, the caller stated a man was leaning in a burgundy car and the caller could hear screaming. The caller indicated the couple was a black man and a black woman. At 7:54, so a minute later, the caller reported another man had a gun. They then stated a man had been shot and a window was shot out of Old Navy. According to the report, a man later confirmed to be Erik Spencer was bleeding and a nurse was with him. At 7:58, EMS arrived on the scene and officers confirmed the gun was secured. Seconds later, the caller said someone was screaming Spencer was dead. The report said there was still a lot of screaming in the background. At 8:02, CPR was administered on Spencer. Records did not give a time of death, but JCPD indicated Spencer died at the scene. EMS disposition indicated units cleared the scene at 8:48. The disposition of the patient was DOA resuscitation attempted. The report said officers questioned witnesses about the incident, so there's more than one witness. And a Buick sedan, a Hyundai sedan were towed from the scene. A black Audi was secured and searched at the police department. Police were with the Audi owner. Police secured one firearm, a 9mm Canic pistol. So, to me, it sounds like, I mean, I haven't really talked to you about this yet, but to me, from what I'm reading, it sounds like he was, having an argument with his girlfriend, and somebody wasn't, somebody got involved and tried to, I guess, just insert themselves where they didn't belong.
So from what I've understood, from the family, um, the situation had already died down and the police were actually already on the way. So for him to
Yeah, I mean,
fire, yeah, it just doesn't, none of it makes sense. You know what I mean? The more you find out, the more questions you have. But yeah, he shot him at least 3 times, and the time of death, according to his sister Kayleen, is 8:05.
yeah, in the article, I mean, it says there the 911 call was already initiated before the shot happened.
Yeah. Yeah, and according to the family, the girlfriend, Erik's girlfriend, and Erik both told the shooter they were fine as well. And I don't know how much I can say, but I've had people reach out to me that witnessed and confirmed there was no abuse going on. Yes, they were arguing, but there was no abuse. And I think
So,
that's kind of where they're at the standpoint, with which direction to go.
do you know whether the shooter is black or white?
He's white and he's very big. Big as in tall and
Muscular?
yes, not even muscular, like just a bigger build, like big broad shoulder, like I don't even know. I wouldn't say like he works out. I would just say like a fit build. It's just
Does anyone have the actual incident report? I do not.
I have the 911 incident report if you're talking about that. Like the one that was released. But you talking about that?
Yeah, I think she is talking about that.
Okay.
Yeah, we can share after, and I'll share it with
I do have it. I don't know how to like work this, or if I can just like here.
Oh, I can share it with her afterwards. I know her
Okay.
personally.
Okay, I do have it. And it's confusing because to that, it actually, from what I understood, shows for an hour he was laying there, supposedly getting CPR. But there's no way he was getting CPR that long because they were already wrapping this up at 8:48 and he allegedly passed at 8:05.
Oh yeah, there's no way. That's not.
So that's where it's like very confusing, like with that information. When I talked to the person that performed CPR that was second on scene, his name's Jordan. He works at Eagle Stop. He stated that Erik was not breathing.
Why was the window shot out of Old Navy? And do we know, like, was there any audio that was caught? Like, I know the other day, my dog took off outside, and you couldn't see it, but my cameras picked up the audio of me yelling at her. Like, I wonder if
Right,
there's
yeah,
any something like that.
Yeah. I I'm I'm assuming that most people have seen my TikTok. And that was just like a honest reaction to finding out that that's kind of what they're alleging is that there's no footage. So I went there in disbelief at 8 in the morning after dropping off my daughter to school and kind of looked around and realized there was no cameras outside at all. The cameras at the gas station, they do not angle towards the parking lot whatsoever. Chili's does not have cameras in the back area at all. And Old Navy has cameras that are facing their double doors.
What about like Teslas in the area?
I've asked the Facebook JC Good, Bad, and Ugly so many times, and it's like people think that the facts are out with that incident report, so their minds are made up.
Their minds are made up that this was justified?
That this is justified, yes. Yes, that's what I'm dealing with, and that's kind of why I've turned to the social media on
Yeah,
particularly
because this
TikTok.
is obviously a racial issue. This is obviously a racial issue.
Yeah, I mean, the shooter is allegedly from Russellville, Missouri, and um I mean, I'm white, so I've been there and had no problems, but it just reminds me, I don't know if people watch Dave Chappelle, but it reminds me of when he like doesn't realize he's black and he goes there.
Yes.
He's like,
Yes.
yeah,
About Clayton Bigsby.
Clayton Bigsby, yeah,
Yeah.
that's like what that reminds me of, that place, because it's so small town, and I never recalled seeing a black person there.
But also the fact that he's a correction officer, being a correction officer radicalizes you in a weird way.
Um, so
I mean, it
somebody
can't.
has
I
been
don't mean to
telling a
make a
lot of
broad.
people. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I didn't mean to make a broad about
Oh
all
no, I
corrections
mean,
officers,
you know,
but
people
I
are
mean
gonna
it.
feel how they want to feel. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, in facts are facts, and it's like bringing up race is a slippery slope, because either people don't want to hear it or people want to hear it, and it's like, I mean, you just can't win. So I feel like with the information that I have been told to look up, it's kind of making more sense, other than him being a correctional officer, the delay in any answers. I have not exposed this information, but it is on Google. If you Google Scrivener and Spencer Scrivener, and there is an obituary that alleges a person related to this person that they worked for JCPD, which is Jefferson City Police Department, for 25 years.
The same person that
The
this or a
the
relative.
alleged shooter's father, from what I've put together, he apparently passed away when he would be 5 years old.
Oh, so they're really looking out for this guy. They're really
That's what I have been told from a lot of people that know him. Just reaching out to me from that video on TikTok that a lot of, like, every other person has seen in this town.
yeah.
And yeah, just like Facebook, you know, people like are back and forth, whether they're like, we want justice, or just shut up, we don't want to hear about your friend. That's like the only two reactions I get out of trying to ask on even the Nextdoor app. Like, I had somebody reach out to me and tell me that they had witnesses saying they saw what happened on there, and then when I was like, hey, can you show me that, and she's like, it's all gone. And then I've had people reach out to me and be like, his whole social media has been wiped, and I'm like, of course, because they don't want us to be able to prove he's racist.
What about wouldn't his girlfriend be the primary witness?
So I've reached out to her personally, and she has a witness. I mean, she is a witness, but she has a lawyer, so she can't speak freely, unfortunately. Ask me why she has a lawyer. Good question.
Yeah, why the hell
Good question. Yeah, I don't know.
is
Good question. I would hope to sue the living shit out of the shooter.
civilly, if
But
not anything else?
I have no idea. I spoke to the mom today, Erik's mom today. Her name's Lorraine. I speak to her, you know, every so often, but it like eats me up inside, and it's just hard to come to terms with reality, because I would prefer to just ignore what's
Yeah.
going on, but I can't.
Well, I think you're doing the right thing and keeping this out in the attention. I called the police department, never got a call back, and I saw that there was a lady that just covered the where you guys were out in front of the old Navy.
His vigil yesterday.
Yeah. And the lady that wrote the article about that, I emailed her and I said, "Don't stop covering this."
Yeah, and you know what? Like anything that was scheduled for him, there's always been a few news crews. But what's crazy is I looked back at News Tribune online and I saw it was very like minimized. Like the first article was just like Saturday night, someone killed, and that was December 2nd. He passed away December 1st.
November.
Yeah, there you go. November 1st, he passed away. So November 2nd, they put this article out, and it was just like not even like the main thing. It was like just like a little piece. And then the 4th, I think, if I'm right, they stated Eric's name. Like they
Mm-hmm.
put his name, out there. But after that, they had not posted absolutely anything until recently, till I think we did the city council meeting. And that's kind of just like crazy to me because this is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And even somebody put an open letter to the prosecutor, Sue Johnson, I believe her name was. She's a resident from here, and she was just asking for a reason why it's taking so long, honestly, because this is they're arguing stand your ground, but
Stand your ground. That had nothing to do with that guy.
and it kind of confuses me. Even the second
and he was unarmed.
Right. Well, what's crazy is the police kept trying to make it seem like they arrested the guy, or like he was in a threat to the community all along. And then even now, like the people's argument of why there's no information released is because they're scared of what might happen, as far as like my reaction or the family. But the guy clearly has a weapon. I'm sure the one you took away is not his only one. On top of that, he clearly is trigger happy, so he has no problem
I wonder if we could FOIA his disciplinary records at work.
I've had a few of his coworkers reach out to me and tell me some information as far as like him taking a class and getting like a big head after that, which I'm assuming was like a conceal and carry, which is why he was carrying at the time.
That would be, is there 911 call? That would be interesting because that would show you could hear anything happening in the background of that 911 call.
And that's why I think it's so funny they released that the same day we had the, conference outside the courthouse, because it's a lot of stuff that's redacted in there, and it's like that's not an audio clip. And I've had my own personal issues with the police. I'm 32 now. When I was 21, I had my own issues with the police, and they straight up lied in the evidence, claiming they had evidence that was not possible because it was a lie, but just scaring, me and, forcing me to get a lawyer. But it's like it's the power that they know they have that they abuse. And I personally have seen it, so I know to question everything.
Yeah, same.
Especially this police here.
Yeah.
And I know
I'm also from Missouri
too. Yeah. And like the Hannah Pfizer or Fitzer situation that was here in Missouri, and the Bailey Scott situation, like it's just showing how you have any connection with police and you're pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, that's in a lot of places, but yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I mean.
So, have we heard anything about a grand jury?
I have no.
Because that would make me feel a lot better if a grand jury had looked at this and not just one single prosecutor, you know?
Doesn't he have to order that from what
I
I've
think so.
yeah, from what I've understood. And I
Yeah.
mean, if he was smart, that's what I would do if I was him, because I wouldn't want to put it on myself to make them
Yes.
anyways. But he is very, I don't know. I mean, he's just adamant about this is an ongoing investigation when we're just wanting to know what step of the investigation you're actually at.
Yeah. I also found um I think she's I'm getting asked what's the dude who shot Eric's name. We can't say publicly, but maybe in private we can.
I've said it a lot of times in my comments on that viral video.
I'll share that video with you. I
I was
haven't
gonna
shared.
say a lot of pictures were posted of that guy too, from older
Okay.
pictures of him.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll go there and check it out. I didn't share your video, but I told them that how I found you. I came across your
Okay.
video
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
it
say
stuck with
I
me.
have said his name in a couple videos. The ones before that super viral video, I've said it.
But there is this little time breakdown of a timeline of the investigation I was going to go through real fast. It says on November 4th, Lieutenant Payne with Jefferson City Police Department said the person who shot Erik Spencer had been identified and was cooperating with the investigation. The information of the individual has not been released to the public, and the Cole County Prosecutor's Office has not filed any criminal charges. On November 5th, Spencer family has held a news conference asking for answers. The family was joined by the president of the Missouri NAACP. On November 7th, the Cole County Prosecuting Attorney's Office emailed a statement to KOMU, the news station, and said they're working with the Jefferson City Police Department in an ongoing investigation. The Cole County Prosecutor's Office is working closely with investigators from the JCPD who are working diligently to complete a thorough investigation of the shooting. Prosecuting Attorney Locke Thomas's office wrote in the November statement, because the investigation remains ongoing, the Cole County Prosecutor's Office cannot offer further comment at this time. On November 11th, Spencer's family held a celebration of life and released balloons. A funeral was hosted the next morning. On December 1st, Spencer's family gathered at a Jefferson City Council meeting, requesting answers, responsibility for city officials, and to enact a change policy, according to KOMU 8 reporting. In an email to KOMU December 1st, Jefferson City Police Eric Wild said they are not able to share many details. Identifying or discussing specific details before the conclusion of the investigation or of the investigative and prosecutorial review process would be inappropriate and could compromise the integrity of the case, Wild said in a December email. Any information that becomes eligible for public release will be shared promptly. So that's where we're at.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this guy lawyered up.
I honestly don't have that information. From what I understood, his family has a lot of connections. If you actually Google the person's last name, and it's claims like they basically have a legacy of being like one of the oldest families in Jefferson City or Missouri. I don't remember which one or both, but it was one or the other. And it just kind of just puts, things to perspective, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well, hopefully they'll feel the pressure of all the news stations not stopping and you not stopping and the family not stopping and at least take this shit to a grand jury.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like it's just too connected here, and that's like something that like was realized pretty quickly. I mean, how he was even handled. Um, yeah, it's just like
Like they didn't even treat it like a crime scene if they were wrapped up and out of there less than an hour after he was shot.
well, it's like even before that. I mean, he was you shot somebody at least 3 times. One was a headshot at least, and then you immediately perform CPR. But if like I was in his shoes, say, right, and I'm fearing for not only my life, but the person he was quote unquote abusing's life, I would immediately go check on that person, right? Not try to revive the person I clearly just tried to kill, or like that just screams you're either A, covering your ass, or B, uh covering your ass a different way, as in making sure all the blood gets poured out of him before anyone can come help him, so he doesn't have to be able to, you know, give his side of the story. But either way, neither makes sense. I mean, you don't like shoot somebody 3 times at least and then immediately perform CPR. Like, you just, I never heard of that.
Yeah, that is pretty fucking wild.
And so, like, the second on scene, he had a gun as well. So, like, a lot of people misinterpreted that they, like, people said that they saw guns there. But so it seemed, I guess, to people as if Erik had a gun too. And Erik did not. Erik was unarmed. And Erik is also very small.
Yeah.
Maybe 115 pounds.
Yeah.
This guy, from the pictures that people
I wonder if he's on steroids or something.
This guy that people have like posted pictures is like his picture before he graduated high school. But there's like another picture I found that I haven't posted anywhere, and like none of the family has or friends or anybody, but he's very big. He's a big guy. The shooter.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. So, yeah, it's just a lot of, I don't even know.
I appreciate you sharing.
I appreciate you giving Erik his voice. You know,
Of course.
because
it's
it is many people, even, you know, even if you don't believe Erik was right, or, you know, whatever, justified or not, I mean, just caring to even be curious, I appreciate, because it should raise eyebrows at least.
Yes, my eyebrows are fucking raised. I don't trust cops. I don't trust any of it. I don't fucking I know the racism that's around here, and you know, even if it's something that isn't overt, you know, we don't need to be fucking Karens and holding the fact that people are just black and arguing against them, you know, like.
Right, and that's where I'm like confused. I'm like, how I don't never heard of a white person just arguing. Like, I've actually been in several abusive relationships, and
Nobody came up to fucking save you, I'm sure.
I've never had anyone help me.
Yeah.
So
same.
I'll be the first to speak up for a domestic violence person. Or, you know, I've had my own instance where, you know, I am in the actual scenario of something like this could have occurred, but it didn't turn out like that for that person, obviously. So it's just heartbreaking because of the person Erik really was, and the person, like, not only killed him, but slandering him to the fullest extreme. And people don't read and think like, oh, if this was my son or my, you know, whoever, I wouldn't be like, oh, we'll let the facts come out. You know that person. You don't have to question their actions or, you know, whatever people that don't know him are saying. So, it's just so frustrating. I really just appreciate you looking into it. And
I got a couple really good sleuths in the chat too that are gonna do some digging as well. So I'm gonna pass on that information.
I have pictures. Like, a lot of people, you know, don't understand the bank situation, but they are permanently closed right now. Until
what situation?
With the cameras, not having cameras at the bank.
What?
So there's a bank in that plaza.
Is it a big name bank or a little name bank?
It used to be Midwest, I believe, and I've never seen it closed. Maybe First Bank, I believe. And I used to work at AT&T right there in that plaza, and I knew the manager, and he actually offered me a job when I worked at AT&T, but I just never realized that bank was closed until this incident. So it just kind of like really threw me for like a loop. Like the AT&T, I mean, the ATM literally has glass scattered there where it should be. That's how recently it was taken out. And there's no cameras, like none.
So the bank was open at the time of the shooting.
No, it wasn't. But
Okay.
that's kind of like where people were confused, like how there's no cameras from that angle as well. So I
Yeah.
But if you guys ever see me like this, it's because I'm in my garage because my neighbors don't like smelling skunk smells.
Yeah. I had a neighbor one time. I used to smoke in my basement, and she left a note on the door, and she's like, just so you know, whenever you're in your basement smoking, I can smell it every single time. And by the way, I have a baby puppy over here. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah. What's crazy is Eric actually helped me move in here September 30th. He was the only person, and so it's really painful to be here.
Yeah, the bank was closed as an out of business, correct?
As an out of business, yeah, moving to a different business, and I took pictures of all the cameras that the gas station had, and took pictures of Old Navy's cameras that they had, and it kind of is crazy because right in front of Old Navy you still should be able to see where Eric was shot and actually fell because of how close he was to Old Navy, but because of lighting I'm not sure. And what's crazy is he shot out 2 windows in Old Navy. He shot Eric at least 3 times. And there's actually another bullet hole in Home Goods window that I've never seen anyone report on. I have a picture of that as well. I don't even think Home Goods knows. So that means he shot out, let's see, maybe 6 rounds at least.
That all should be picked up on the 911 call.
Yeah. I've even people inside like Home Goods have said they didn't hear arguing before that happened. Didn't hear anything. Didn't even, hear anything but the bullets. And I'm like, how? If they're saying on the 911 call, and then, so many came in. I'm like, it's just so much information. Like the way they just only put out that one little tidbit is so ironic. It like just
Yeah.
further paints him to be some angry black man, like they try to do with, George Floyd or any of them, that they've done this horrible thing to an innocent black man that should be with us still to this day, and make them seem like somebody that may rationate with justifying killing him.
I think that 911 call is going to give us a lot of answers.
I think they're trying to figure out what witnesses they want to actually hear and what witnesses they don't actually want to hear, if you want me to be honest with what's going on. Because the person that says that seen it, she says that even that day that it happened, she waited around to talk to the police and they told her to go home. And then she got reached out to by them 4 times, she said. 4 or 5 times to tell her story. So I'm like, why? So you can change your story? Like, I don't know. A lot of it just.
Yeah, that don't make no fucking sense either.
The more information I find out, the more I think we'll be closer to getting justice. The more I feel like it's the opposite, unfortunately.
Well, don't stop. Now's the most important time to be loud.
Yeah. I'm trying. It's definitely weighing on me.
Yeah.
I feel like I've aged 10 years in the last month, but
And I got somebody that is ready and willing to do some digging. So I'm gonna put your TikTok in the description, and um, I'm getting some feedback. I'm gonna put your TikTok in the description, and then post the specific TikTok I came across, and then your just general TikTok, so they can come to you to get updates on this, and then I will let you know if I get any updates back from the digger that I got digging.
all right.
Um, is there anything else that you want to talk about, or?
Um, I think just the more questions that we get, the better. Um, everyone has questions. The mom has questions. The sister has questions. I mean, we're all left with nothing but questions and no answers, honestly. So just ask as many questions as possible, and just really try to pick your brain, because we
Yeah, and
need every thought possible in this situation.
the family sounded very reasonable, like they were willing to accept,
Yeah, we just want the truth. I mean, we're not sitting here saying,
if he charged at him with a gun, or
yeah,
whatever, you're willing to accept whatever the facts are, but not knowing any facts is very frustrating.
yeah. And from what I understand from, like I said, the witness reaching out, she stated it was like they were supposed to fight and
Mm.
just pulled out the gun instead. And yeah, but from what I understood after seeing Eric at the funeral, I was confused by where the bullets struck his face, because it looked like multiple places. And when I asked, they stated that it looked like Eric had either fell or like turned away. Um, so that kind of just really hurts me, because like not
So
only,
he kept shooting whenever
I think that's why he struck Old Navy, because Eric had already fell down. Because I'm assuming he initially struck him in the head, the first, and then just like kept spraying like that, like he's trained not to do.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we're just all left with like heartbreak, and like you said, like the family's just asking for transparency, accountability. I mean, basic decency, really.
Um, All Eyes is saying, I don't get how Eric was supposed to know some complete stranger who rushed up there to help. Did it not occur to anyone that Eric himself may have been defending himself? I'll repeat that. Sorry. I don't get how Eric was supposed to know some complete stranger who rushed up to him was there trying to help. Did it not occur to anyone that Eric may have been wanting to defend himself? Like if somebody is, if you're sitting there arguing with your girlfriend and some big ass white dude comes charging at you, that's kind of like, your own self defense.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. Unfortunately, I wasn't there, because I know if I was there, that this would have never happened. But I can say that what I understand is like words were exchanged before, um, between the girlfriend, between the shooter, and between Eric. All of those people.
Yeah, the guy probably came up trying to like break up an argument or whatever. But I just, I just don't know how it escalated to that with, without, yeah, I just don't understand it.
Yeah, it's definitely it's hard to sleep
Yeah.
knowing that he is just not only returning, like he's not back at work right now, but he returned back to work after that and bragged to his friends about it. And, got to spend Thanksgiving with his family. And, people are calling him a hero. And it's really disturbing that it's attempting to be justified. But it's like all a facade. And I mean, somebody just got hit and killed the day before Erik was killed, right near that gas station on the corner of where this all occurred, Eagle Stop. From what I understood, it was right by there. And that person's already gone to court, already have pleaded not guilty. I mean, this way, this situation that it's being handled is just so, I've never heard of anything being handled like this, with the hush hush, with the protection, with the minimal information being released, and it just being so coincidentally released the same day of the press conference outside of there. And it's just like, as if they're making it seem like us asking for answers is the problem. That's what is being made to be felt by the community. Like as if we're, like, I've been called a hug-a-thug. I didn't even know what that meant. I had to ask my boyfriend what that meant. And he's like, well, what do people refer to thugs as Black people? So what he's really calling you is an end lover. And this is just on Facebook. Like, this is just a Facebook community random.
Yeah, the people on
And,
Facebook.
nobody says anything to the guy. And it's just like, but we're the problem. Just posting, hey, please sign a petition for somebody that was brutally murdered in our community. And people are reporting the post and, stuff like that. And it's just like, it's really disheartening because I'm from Jefferson City, Missouri, and I know it sucks here, but I hope that in situations like this, it would bring us closer and not apart. And I know if I had been the one shot and killed, this would not be handled the same way right now because I have white skin and blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And like the fact that people think Erik's a bad person because of the color of his skin, when really I was the bad influence on him and he was the good influence on me, and it's just terrible. I can't even think of one bad thing to say about my friend, and nobody can, because that's just how he was. He was just a good person all the way around. And so that's probably the worst part of everything, other than nothing justice wise. How many tears are cried, no many people say his name. It won't bring him back. And he doesn't even have any kids. He's only 27 years old, just starting his life. He was from Philadelphia and gets killed in Jefferson City, trying to move to Chicago. Like, it's just insane. And like his mother and I both said, like, we just both can't believe it. It's just truly heartbreaking. And like, I would hope that this would bring changes, because that's the only way I can cope with why this happened to my friend, is for the world to wake up and realize it can't keep happening.
Yeah.
Black men should be able to grow old.
Yep. I really appreciate you coming and sharing.
I really appreciate you listening to me.
Yeah.
And everyone that.
Yeah. If anything comes out of this, I will for sure update you and let you know.
Thank you so much. Hopefully we can.
Yeah. You have a good evening. I know.
Thank you.
Yep. Have a good one. Bye. All right. I quickly just want to say thank you guys for being here. I will send All Eyes that info, update the description with her TikTok info, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye.